We are live from Kansas Motor Speedway. Race is about to start. These trucks are really interested in winning tonight. Lurkin Tom Gaming and the Prophet in the booth. How you doing, Lurkin?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. These are some of the most exciting races all week, and I'm just amped to see what the result's going to be.
Well, like I said, we cannot wait for the race to start. Stay tuned. Momentarily, we will begin. Once again, they await the start of this Kansas race. Lurkin, they're going to be running the outside right up against the wall, but there's some other options for drivers as well to make passes.
Yeah, I mean, you can try and get a run off the corners and try and pull off a slide job. It can be pretty risky, especially with this tight racing. So we'll see what guys try and do to get around each other, but it's for sure going to be up against the wall.
Still await the start of this truck race. Please stay tuned.
Hey.
Live here at Kansas, the Prophet and Lurkin Tom Gaming in the booth. Had a little bit of an issue at the beginning of this race, but alas, we are in the race. Prophet, I know you're still loaded in, but did you get an invite there, buddy?
I did. I'm on my way. Should be exciting. Seems like we only missed 10 laps or so. So plenty of racing still to go here, Lurk. Are you loaded in yet?
I'm loaded in right now, watching the 74 of Owen Cornett. I believe he's in the lead. There's a car way out there in the distance. Might be a lap down car. I'm not sure, but he's trying to hold off Dowdy and that 18 truck Deplorable. What do you see?
Yeah, we see slide jobs happening already. The 74 now has to get underneath. I believe it's that 60 of Boss E. Gia. We'll have to catch up and see and make sure that's who that is. But that's what this track is going to offer to us, is these types of races where you got to dive down to the bottom. And then when you're the leader, if you can get back around the guy, they're going to lose a ton of speed on exit profit.
Oh, yeah. I just loaded in myself here. Looks like you got a little 3-car breakaway. See him trying to go to the bottom to make the move and slide up there. Looks like he's going to be successful, but when you make that move, you lose a lot of momentum, and he's going to have to try it again here in turn 1, DP.
Yeah, these guys are going to keep doing this. The 98 goes to the bottom. Sorry, that other car, still trying to make sure that we can figure out who that is. You guys can maybe give us a shot, but they're doing this lap after lap. That's incredible racing for It's Crotum, Own Cornett, and Dowdy 201. Here they go again.
Yeah, they are just absolutely battling right now. Still looks pretty clean, giving each other enough space to still run. Ooh, I almost stood corrected right there. They're fighting hard for the lead here, and it's going to start to cause some of the trucks behind them to catch up if they don't stay single file like they are now.
Yeah, they're definitely inviting the rest of the group. They're single file now on the outside line, but that can't last for long. The 74 Prophet, for all of this battling he's doing, that truck's pretty hooked up. He's being able to stay up front.
Oh, yeah. He's doing a good job, but as you can see, he's getting really aggressive here on these slide jobs, and that might work for stage 1 and 2, but here comes stage 3. I wouldn't necessarily throw that. You got J-Mad back there in 4th, just hoping that they can keep dicing it up here. What do you think, Clark?
Well, Tom, I'm just watching these guys duel it out, and it is extremely entertaining. I don't know how they haven't hit each other yet. Actually ran each other in the wall as they enter the turn 3 wide for the lead. Terry, what do you think's going to happen here?
Yeah,
are they going to...
It was really bad for the 18. He got stuck on the bottom there, Lurkin. He was not able to get the run that he needed. He lost both of those spots, but that's kind of how that's working. These guys right now are trying to figure out how they can get them in the wrong spot so that they can make the move. Right now, they just keep slide jobbing each other, kind of going up underneath of them, because when you're on the outside, you get that huge run. But these guys are battling. It looks like J-Matt is starting to close the gap there, Lurkin.
Yep, and the fourth vehicle enters the picture, and there's a whole bunch of trucks right behind them. They're starting to make contact up here, Prophet. Do you think they're going to get caught? I mean, they're going to get caught by that 4th truck, but do you think the field's going to catch them?
Lurkin, I think it all depends on how they continue to drive these race trucks. Right now, though, the 98 has seemed to gotten away from the rest of those drivers. He's now on the outside, and this could be big for Dowdy because now he doesn't have those cars to battle around. He can run the outside, Prophet, and now they're 3 wide there. Big wreck. There's cars in the grass, car in the wall. Surely that may bring out a caution. Not quite sure, Prophet.
I think the caution's definitely coming out. Good for Dowdy. I believe of all those cars battling right now, he might have been the only one there in playoff contention with J-Mag closing in. So they're going to race back to the line, I would imagine.
We might be.
I'm at the stage here, though, Lurkin. I don't know. What do you think? You think we're inside 5?
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say we might be under 5, which could be huge implications there. I don't know if we have a lap counter on that right now, but that could be this stage could be under 5 to go.
Yeah, it looks like they will stay green. Under 5 to go here at ARCS. We do not call the cautions. Just not enough time to get those cars lined back up for a significant finish. But these guys know that, Prophet. This is exactly how we race for a long time. And so I don't know about you, but when it's 5 to go, I know that if I can keep my car straight, then I'm in a good position. And so you definitely can get a little bit more aggressive.
Oh yeah. You also you're spending time right now in the car thinking about, oh, as Nick just gets sent through the grass, got his nose cut off here, coming to the line. You're starting to think about what you're going to do when you pit. It looks like we just are at the end of the stage here, so these guys are going to have to start thinking real hard and making those decisions here real soon. BP.
Yes, stage 1 in the books. Stage 2 yet to come. Some incredible racing at the front that we've seen, but if we could get a couple more trucks up into that, that's going to make that even more incredible to watch. Kansas providing some good racing for these truckers out there, Lurk.
Yeah, and I think on this restart, I don't think they're going to have a well, I'll probably stand corrected, but a 2-3 car pack right away. I think kind of as the first stage went on, things sorted themselves out after qualifying. I think we're going to have a real competitive battle up there right now. It's going to be a slide job fest.
A slide job fest. We may trademark that saying, Lurk. That could be your very own. But I digress. The 98 of Dowdy will be on the bottom. He's going to be the control car on this restart. The 18 of Crotum on the outside. Look out for that 22. A playoff contender, Prophet, and your daddy all day. I believe the 3 car is Suis Sideways as well. He's had a really nice truck so far this season. The 98 now out to a lead. And you can see, it looks like Crotum into the wall. Not quite sure if he just misjudged where the truck underneath of him was lurking. But now the 94 of Nick Pressey on the bottom trying to make a move on Suis Sideways for third.
Yeah, and as soon as you see the disruption up front, you have guys trying to get those positions while they can when guys are off speed. Really aggressive driving out here, but no, they're not wrecking. Prophet, what are you seeing?
Well, I'm looking back here at the points. So the top 8 entering today, they're all tied here. Crotum, Glixon, Dowdy, your daddy all day, Boiled Ice, J Mad 219, Nick Pressey, and Haha Boog. Of those 8, I believe only Nick and J Mad came away with points. So those guys are got to be.
Sorry to interrupt. 3 truck hard into the wall. That was a big hit, and he's going to lose a ton of positions. Was running third before that, and I'm not quite sure what happened there, Prophet. Go ahead, but we definitely wanted to document that was a whole lot of positions lost by that 3 truck.
I hate to see it, for sure. I'm sure Twisted will get back up there. He knows how to get back up to the field. It's only the second stage, plenty of time. But since there's nothing really to lose here, I think if you're guys in the top 8, you have to get some points here, scratch and claw for what you can. What do you think, Larkin? They're beating in the back of the field. We got the 98 around with the 21. It looks like in the back of the field. 99 continues. I think we're gonna stay green. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is some really hard racing. I don't know if we're gonna have a caution for that. We'll have to see what race control does as they come around, but right now, positions are hard to come by. Kansas becomes very difficult to pass on when everybody is stuck up there in that outside lane. The only move you can make is really a risky move with these slide. Oh, yep, they're going to have a caution for that. Deplorable.
And right before the caution, we have a new leader. Your Graham's Taint is in first place. It looks like that 94 truck of Nick Pressey now running second, and that happened right before the caution. We saw the 98 on your screen. You saw the 98 get hard into the wall. Not really that hard, but he definitely lost some ground to that first place truck now, and so he's going to be the leader. The 98's going to be in third place, Prophet, but that caution came out just in time, huh?
It's an interesting time as well. Yeah, will we see some strategies here? If you're in the back of the pack, you think you got a fast car, do you stay out? I'm looking to see here. Looks like the leaders are in. Everyone's following suit. Looks like they're all going to come down, guys.
House stays out.
Nice.
He is going to try to keep that truck up front. Lurkin, though, this 2 times wear, you know how good it is for these trucks to be on new tires.
Yeah, anytime you see the whole field pitting it and you don't pit, you always end up regretting it when it's this early in a race, unless you got a handful to go. Those few percentages of where you would think that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It is going to be a big difference in speed on the track.
Dead man walking, fellas.
Dead man walking.
Yeah, and to be the only driver that stayed out, it makes it even worse. But he is going to be the control car prophet, so that's going to be big. He should be able to get a nice little run. The truck's going to definitely want to stay up top and try to get as much speed as he can. But it's going to be a good fight up here for the lead, and we're probably about halfway through stage 2.
Yeah, Kansas is a funny place to start on the bottom from. When you come to the green flag, you're going down into turn 1. Usually the lower line's going to have the momentum. By the time you exit turn 2 here in heat 5, that outside lane's going to start chugging. So what you don't want to see is somebody thinking they're clear, pulling up in front of somebody, causing a big wreck here at the front of the field. I think these guys can handle it, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really cool how this kind of works, because if you're the 27, you got to ride that bottom until the car gets up to speed. But as soon as you get to the backstretch, you have got to have cleared, of course, that 94 of Nick Pressey lurking, because if you don't, then the 94 is going to be on the outside, and coming around 3 and 4, you have to be on the top. You're going to lose a ton of ground.
Oh, yeah, and he absolutely needs to get a good restart here. If he lets Pressey get a better restart than him, there's no way he's going to clear him through the middle of the corner and be able to block that high side coming up the speed. So going to be important to get a good restart here on the inside to maintain that lead. Profit.
Yeah, Nick's a guy who will do what it takes to stay at the front and be at the front. And he's running for points. I can't blame him. So we're coming to the green DP. Buckle those belts tight. See if we can't finish out stage 2.
2 by 2, the 27 of House will lead them to the green. The 94 of Nick Pressey going to be on the outside. We see the 98 of Dowdy, 201. He's on the outside, but the bottom gets a really good jump. We want to catch up with that second place driver.
Yeah, Graham's 8.
Yeah, now running second place, lurking. Trying to catch back up. So sorry, the 94, though, lost a ton of spots there on that restart.
I was going to say, it looked like the leader got up into him right at the start-finish line there before the restart. He lost a ton of spots, as we see the leader lose all of his spots as well.
74 of Owen Cornett back in second place. It looks like the 60 of Bossy Gio now in third. The 98 of Dowdy running in fourth place. There's a car there on the bottom, and he's kind of stuck there lurking. You hate to be that driver that gets stuck out of line because you're just riding around trying to find a spot.
Oh, yeah, and you're looking for that place where you can dive in and not, destroy somebody into the wall, and sometimes you just can't get back in, and you just got to keep it down there. Profit. I mean, unless you want to do a slide job and just dive bomb in front of somebody and see if that works.
Boss going for the lead here in 1 on the bottom and the 60. But I'm impressed with this, your Grahams. I'm just looking at the points. It's kind of an unfamiliar gamer tag. He's not in the top 37, fellas. So he's making an appearance here saying, man, maybe I belong in this league. I hope he's having fun. Looks like he's having fun. What do you think, DP?
Yeah, very few number of starts for Grams, but he's making a showing, of course. The 60 of Bossy Gio stuck on the bottom for second with the 74 of Owen Cornett right outside of him. This is some really good racing, and lurking the 60 is kind of making that truck work on the bottom. If you can do that, that could be very dangerous coming to the close of this race.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the field right now and you're seeing anybody being able to make that bottom work, you're gonna put that in your memory bank, because when we come to the end of this race, any of the drivers out there that can do anything with the bottom gonna have an advantage.
60 of Bossy Gio finds a space, slides up in line. He will run in the fourth place position. The 94 and the 18 of Crotum now battle for fifth place back there. But so far up here at the front, Profit, they're single file on that outside line.
Yeah, don't worry about Boss. He'll be back. Again, the battle for the top side goes as 97 kind of gave up the top there. You just have to protect it. Coming off turn 4 is where you want to have the most momentum. Lurking, they're dicing it up here. Boss making moves on the inside here, going for second.
Yeah, they're dicing it up. They're getting real close to each other, trying to see what they can do to get around your Grams. I just don't see how you're going to get him if you're not going to get him on the outside here, because he's really blocking the bottom.
The Bahama Bullet shuffles back here as the 97 stays out strong. 98 looking in tow. Maybe everybody's content here. Just kidding.
Sends him into the wall.
DP is getting wild.
Yeah, no doubt. The 97 into the wall. The 98 going to take the lead. The 74 now in second. The 17 of Ryan Pinnell in third. And this could be bad news, guys. The 26 truck of Glickson has made his way into the top 5. This dude has taken ARCS Truck Series by storm. Definitely a driver that these guys don't want to see up there. Cars all over the place back there. It's getting intense.
Oh.
Yeah, man. The
truck spinning.
Just one truck lurking there?
It looked like just one, yeah.
10-4. Green flag will stay out. Otherwise, it's probably under 5 to go. These truck races, Prophet, are not very long. The 17 goes underneath the 74, tries to get as much speed as he can, but the 74 going to take it on the outside and clear the 17.
Yeah, they're bumping. This is what these trucks are built to do. They're built to take a little more abuse, and they're going to get it here coming to the line. 97's falling back with the 17. They got into it. So 22 looks to go 3 wide coming off the corner. Can't be many laps left. Let's see if anybody up here can capitalize on anybody else's mistake.
It's the 98 and the 74 for this stage. The 26 gets in third, but there's a huge gap between him and the leaders. The draft proves to be able to be a good equalizer lurking, but right now the 98, the 74, and the 26 in the top 3 running bumper to bumper with the 18 of Crotum right behind him.
Yeah, they have quite the little group going on right here. Some really good racing. Everyone's trying to battle for those stage points right now. So important. 17 in the wall. El Presidente with some damage there. What do you think, Prophet? Who's going to come out of this top 4 situation?
It's looking like the 74 here, but I don't know. That 98's playing pretty good defense. Just scrolled through the field looking at some of our points guys, and something happened to Nick. He's well off the pace at the back of the field. I hope he can even stay on the lead lap. So you know he's going to have a second week in a row disappointing stage 2. Here we go, coming to the line. We have to be inside 10, I would imagine.
Oh, the 18 into the 74, 74 hard into the wall. That's going to be, it looks like that's going to be the stage. The 98 is going to take that stage lurking, but that was kind of intense. The 74 definitely had a nice run on the bottom there.
Yeah, some aggressive driving coming to the line, of course, for those stage points. They're in the playoffs. They're trying not to get eliminated. They're trying to move on. Every little point really does matter right now, Kerry.
Yeah, it's important that these guys get as much points as they possibly can in this playoff structure. Like Prophet said, these guys are virtually tied. And so every bit that you can get, especially in this first race of 3, is definitely going to matter as we move on through the season. These top 4 drivers, these are definitely some super strong trucks at the front of this pack. If somebody can get around these guys, it's going to be a real accomplishment, Prophet.
It's not going to be easy as they come to the green here. Some of the guys running for points are in the back, some are in the front. It's time to really strap them on tight. It's going to be aggressive here, DP.
Dowdy on the bottom, Crotum on the outside. This has been a rivalry that's lasted all season long. Will we see them duke it out? Will we see the 26 of Glickson get around these two and win again? Sideways in that 3 truck. He's made his way back up through the field, runs 4th. Taint now running in the 4th position. Sorry, as the 3 starts to falter, lurking.
Yeah, and this has all the ingredients for a great finish here. If we can keep it clean and see some ricocheting going on in the middle of the field, they want to take it 4 wide. Looks like they'll come through side by side there in the back, keep it clean. But really, the only real rivalry I can remember lately in ARCS has been Crotum and Dowdy, and it has been entertaining to see. As you see, Crotum with a huge slide job and then a crossover from Dowdy. And we'll see what happens, but Gavin is right there, and as you said, he has taken this series by storm. Best average finish in his few starts, and as a 97 goes down. What do you think, Deplorable?
I think this truck series is the gift that continues to give. The 18 and the 98 still doing battle. The 26 content to let them battle it out. The 74 of Own Cornette running in fourth has had a super strong truck, and the 3 of Suicideways running fifth now on the outside. There's still a whole bunch of trucks in this race so far, Prophet, as the green flag has just flown, but I'm sure that we may have a green flag pit stop at the end of this race.
Yeah, Lurkin, what do you think? We're in stage 3 here. Everybody seems to be kind of minding their own business. What's your mindset if you're a Dowdy or a Croton? What are you thinking here in the car, coming down to the line here late in the race?
Don't let yourself be the one car incident that doesn't get a caution. Keep it clean. Try and keep your nose clean until you get to the end. So you just want to maximize points right now, no matter what. You don't want to pull a Jimmy Johnson at the Roval and go for absolute broke and get nothing. You want to at least get something so you don't get eliminated, because you see some guys having trouble out there. Just got to get clean and get at the end and take the opportunity. But you got to be there. You got to be running.
Well, let me tell you something, fellas. Since this race took off, the 98 and the 18, they've had 2 words in their mind. The 98 saying beat Crotum, the 18 saying beat Dowdy. I'm telling you what, if they wreck each other out at the end of this race, they'll both get out of the car and race each other to the start-finish line. These guys just want to beat each other, and they're showing that they will do whatever it takes. They've showed it before. This is some really exciting racing, and now the 26 has kind of fell off a little bit. It makes room for the 74, and right now with these 2 guys up front lurking, the 3rd place guy is licking his chops.
Yeah, he's trying to see how he can make a move on them without getting tangled up in their rivalry, so to speak. Prophet 74. He's been up there all race. You think he's gonna sneak this one out?
He runs a really smooth line. I do like the line he keeps on the track. I just got to think, as J-Mad gets out of shape, as the 40 gets into him, as they make contact going into one, I just got to think the only people that I fear the most are the guys that are willing to do the most.
74 is going to
40 into the 16. Sorry, DP. 16 hard into the inside wall here. I believe the caution will probably, maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
Looks like 2 cars were definitely involved in that accident. We will see what happens. Really hard to tell from up here.
Yeah.
What kind of happened.
Out.
Yeah, it looks like the caution's going to come out, and this is going to be good, man. And this is how this works, fellas. I love calling these races. Stephen Doughton for Doughton Gaming in the booth. He says, "Go Trucks, go. Miss you guys in the booth. Proud of Prophet. He's doing awesome. Yes, I agree." And then he said, "God, I love trucks. They sure know how to set the tone for the rest of the week here at ARCS." Absolutely 100%. And this caution in this way, Lurkin, is one of the reasons why we have such exciting races.
Yeah, this essentially, if I'm not mistaken, this takes fuel strategy out of the equation. Is that right?
I am sure that it does, Lurkin.
I'm sure it does. So that is going to make one heck of a race. There will probably be no fuel saving and just completely battling here for the points. And I can't wait to see it. I have no idea who's going to win. This is awesome.
Yeah, I think these top 5 trucks up here, all 5 of these guys definitely know how to win races. They know how to get the job done. The 18 of Crotum currently in the spot where he wants to be. He is going to be the leader. We will look and see at these pit stops and who wins the race off pit road. But this race off pit road could be huge, Prophet.
Yeah, I was just thinking this is also probably their last shot to make adjustments to the car, what they need to do to get up front or stay up front. I guarantee you, after the race, we're gonna bring someone in this booth for an interview, and they're gonna say something about how this pit stop made or did the best for their race. So it's time to go racing here. Buckle them up one more time. Hopefully, it's been a clean race. This is only the 2nd caution of the week, so I think we're going to have a clean finish, but also this is the time for giving is over. It's time to take.
Yes, all the giving has been given away, and now you want to you want to cash in on your investment. The 18 has made a good investment. He's up front. The 74, the 26, and the 19 or the 98, they've had solid trucks all night long. The 60 of Boss E. Gio, though, there to spoil the party as well as El Presidente in the 17 running 6th. I want you to look back there running 8th just in that 4th row, the 94 of Nick Pressey. Before the race, he said he was going to have a top 2 car. The 22 of Your Daddy All Day is going to be underneath of him. And so, yeah, there's some really good trucks in the top of this field. The green flag is about to fly, Lurkin.
I see another good truck right there, the number 3 of Riggs. You cool? I know he's out there too. He's up front. Again, this is anybody could win. There's been a lot of lead changes and a lot of crazy moves to the inside. 3 wide entering these turns. Who knows what's going to come of that? But also impressive racing, very clean in terms of we haven't had a big pile up or anything like that. So. Tight racing here at Kansas and the trucks.
Glickson's made his way back up here. Looking at some of the points, guys. We haven't talked much about Your Daddy, Your Boiled Ice. J-Mads run strong, run into trouble. You just talked about Nick. So Glickson and Crodom came into the points technically first and second. They've done nothing that shows that they won't leave tonight first or second. I'm sure those Cup guys want to get out there and make a little noise too, DP.
The 40 of Boiled Ice parked on pit road. He will not finish this race, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And that is going to be huge for his championship thoughts. The green flag's going to fly this time. Lurkin, the 18 is going to lead him. The 74 is going to be on the outside.
Yep, and this is what's expected to be the final, what would bring them to the end on fuel and tires. Hopefully it stays green and we can get a great finish here and see who's going to come out on top.
The 18 and the 26 get off to a great start. They're going to run the bottom here, try to get as much speed as they can. The 60 looking underneath the 74 for third, decides against it, falls back into line. Back up at the front, the 18 and the 26 bumper to bumper going into turn 3. They're going to run this outside line. All these drivers, most of these drivers at the front decide to run the outside. They're going to let this lap go by, Lurkin, but this is about to get intense.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much patience is going to be displayed here in the first couple laps as guys, try to prepare themselves to be there at the end. I don't know. It doesn't look like too much patience, Prophet.
Oh, yeah, here comes another slide swipe into the wall, and the blocking is just going to get really heavy, and Crodom saying, go ahead, guys, just keep doing that. I'm good out front. I'm sure that's not what the rest of the field wanted to see as Crodom's out. I picked Boss to win before the race. I think I'm still going to stick with it. He's running 4th now, got nothing to lose, but I'm telling you, I've seen Crodom get the lead before DP. He tends to check out once he's by himself.
Yeah, the 26, the 98, and the 60, they're going to have to work together to try to catch up to the 18. There is definitely some draft effect, so as long as these guys stay together, they should be able to catch him, Lurkin. But how long can you sit there and decide, maybe I'm not racing for first, maybe I'm racing for second or third?
Yeah, I mean, Crodom is certainly one of the drivers that can check out, but when you look in his mirror, a little harder to check out on these guys if they run single file. I mean, if these guys are going to battle each other, he could check out. I mean, that could definitely be a possibility, but if they can link up, he will not get away.
The 98 goes underneath the 26. The 26 tries to go back underneath, and now they'll be side by side. The 26 going to do the same as the 98 in 3 and 4. And now they're just kind of racing each other. Prophet, this is probably not what they want to do.
No, they got to figure this out. Lurkin, is this one of those tracks where if you can get in a straight line, are they gonna chase that first place guy down, or is it already too late?
I mean, they're right there on the too late border. I mean, they got to figure this out soon, or else he will check out. They got to figure this out. They're going 3 wide into these turns and 2 wide in crossovers. All right, it looks like they're reeling them in, but it can get dangerous. You leave a guy like that alone in the front, and you keep costing each other speed. You'll be racing for second before you know it, and that's it.
The 18 trying to be perfect. Prophet, I'm sure this guy is running some ungodly preset like an 8 or a 9. And so as these tires start to wear, it definitely makes it harder for Crotum to drive the truck. One of the things that makes him so talented is under those worn tires, he can still drive the truck, but it's not without mistake. We've definitely seen, even in this series, where he gets out to a lead like this and then messes it up at the end of the race. The 98, the 26, I believe the 74 back there, they are now lined up. Not quite sure if they're making any time on that 18, but they could catch him.
Well, now that you officially jinxed him, I'm almost certain that's exactly what's going to happen. They are reeling him back in. Looks like they all came together, and it came to that plan as those 3 cars behind them are catching them. I'm pretty sure when they get to him, there won't be too many laps left, so there might be some fireworks here lurking.
This is a good jinx. I like it. I'd much rather see a race, a side-by-side thing instead of a checkout, so that's good. They figured it out. They caught the leader. And we're gonna see what happens here with this Crotum and Dowdy rivalry. Is Gavin gonna take advantage? The three truck of Riggs is right there. What's gonna happen here? Deplorable.
98 goes to the bottom here in 3. He's going to try to jump up on top of the 18, which he does, but of course that's going to make him so slow on exit, the 18 underneath, and now they'll be side by side coming to the line. Prophet, sorry.
Yeah, side by side indeed. Crotum leads that lap. They're like ganging up on him on the high side now, so he's probably. I think we're underestimating the willingness of these guys to use that slide job here coming up too. They're close, they're not touching. They're still giving a little bit here. DP getting late in this race. I assume you got to go for broke here, right?
Absolutely, and that's what they're doing. The 18 barely slides up in front of the 98 to cut off that run. The 17 underneath the 26 now for third place. They are side by side, 3 rows back lurking. This is great truck racing from Kansas that we're seeing.
Yeah, and the field has got them. A few of the trucks now. We got 5 or 6 people up here with an opportunity to catch a win if they play their cards right, as we see El Presidente and Boss and...
Oh, the 17's around.
Yeah. I think it's just one. I'm sure Ryan's not happy about the fact that it was just one. I think it looks like just one. 98 just got in the
looks like they're fighting. This is going to be the end. The 98 underneath, they're side by side. It looks like if that was the end, the 98 is going to be your winner by a nose, fellas.
Looks like there's...
Oh, okay, so I guess it wasn't the final lap. Prophet, the 26 now has caught these drivers side by side. We have a 3-way fight for this lead.
That was certainly worthy of a last lap call
huge slide
here.
job and a big crossover. This might be the pass for the finish here. Not quite sure, but that was a massive crossover there by Dowdy. Nope.
I don't know as they go, DP. I think after watching them do that, I would rather be the crosser than the slide jobber. Like if you're gonna send it into one, that's fine. I'll just pass you coming off the corner.
Exactly.
I hope these guys realize what just happened. Is that they do it time after time here, getting late in this race, DP.
Now the 26 looks underneath the 98. This is anybody's race up here for the top 3. The 60, the 3, and the 74 are just out of earshot, and so they could be catching very shortly as well. These guys, these top 3 drivers are making this a race. Prophet. This I can't pick a driver right now.
The Bahama Bullet has also come back into the discussion here, boss. Don't let me down. Quick points update. Crotum, Glixon, Dowdy, all in good shape. Your daddy is hoping that this continues here. Is he's making a pass on Boss to try to get himself into the top 6. Lurking, I think you're still looking at points here, but I don't know if I'm close to the line like that. I think if I'm in that front pack, and I'm thinking win here.
Yeah, this is. I mean, at this point, someone's gonna mess up one of these dive bombs, and you're just hoping you're not gonna be on the receiving end of that. You know,
win and you're in.
Win and you're in. That's why you don't want to receive it. You want to deal it.
Yeah. They're holding these guys tight here. This is a 74 truck. I think that was the most aggressive I've seen him all night. Makes a move, gets into, I believe that was Glixon here, takes up for the 3rd spot. DP lap traffic here. Hopefully they'll stay out of the way. What are you seeing?
Yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of runs. It's very interesting because these guys, those other drivers, are starting to fall back a little bit, but then they gain some more ground. There was definitely a shakeup there just a lap ago because now you just have the 98 and the 18 that are in shot of each other. The 74 of Owen Cornett, he is going to be running third now. Glickson falls to fourth, but they are way back there, and he's got some fighters with Bossy Gio and Suicideways.
El Presidente into the pits here. I don't know if he was forced down there or not. 3 cars, 4 cars. As Boss gets into the wall, too, opens the door for that 3 car. And multiple cars on. I guess just Rylan. Lurkin, what do you think?
I'm just watching the 18 up there, and he's trying to figure out how he can get around Dowdy without just flat out dive bombing him into the wall. Looks like he's being patient. Oh, here we go. And the 74 is up there too with another huge crossover by Dowdy underneath Crotum. 74 is gaining on them. I'm not sure.
Ooh, the 31 car is in big trouble here trying to get on pit road, and I hope he doesn't come up in front of the group. We got green flag pit stops going on right here.
Yeah, are they unable to make it complete? Oh, 31 is stopped in the middle of the track.
He's ghosted, though, luckily for the field. Jeez, Mr. Tuneup. Whew. Green flag pit stops, maybe it's going to come down to strategy, DP.
Yeah, definitely could come down to strategy. Mr. Tuneup, we're following along with him. You guys might want to keep an eye on that truck and kind of find out what happened there. But right now, the 98 continuing now to lead this race. The 18 of Croton falling back a little bit, maybe just saving a little something. The 18 way low, trying to get as much as he possibly can out of the track, but the 98 is starting to pull away, boys.
Yeah, and he has ran a clean line. Really, once Dowdy got there and kind of got out of the immediate draft wake with the 18, he's been able to pull away. The 18 hasn't seemed to be able to really get up to him and even try to make a move with just 2 trucks in the draft. Dowdy looking to hold on here and grab a W.
We saw him get out to a lead and hold it for 10 laps. I'm thinking if you can get in and out of pit road better than everybody else and keep that same advantage, all things equal, that's got to be a good thing too here late in the race, DP. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No. The 18 now trying to stay in that draft. Almost looks like an Indianapolis move there, Lurkin, where the 98 went low to try to cut off the draft and the 18 trying to gain it. Now the 98 takes the low line. Looks like he's going to come down pit road, boys. It wasn't a fuel strategy type of thing, but these guys definitely got to come down and get some gas.
Yeah, they need some gas and some, we'll see what kind of strategy they take, if they're going to take 2 tires or just a splash of gas. One person I'd be watching out for right now, if we're doing green flag pit stops at the end of a race, would be that Bossy Gio. He has some pretty crazy strategies out there, and this is exactly his kind of opportunity. He could come from nowhere right now.
Agreed. Boss is a guy who likes to stay out as long as possible and try to get the advantage here. We saw Ryan pit early. I don't know what that'll do. I'm still trying to catch up to the leaders here, DP.
Yeah, not quite sure who the exact leader is. I'm following along with the 22 truck of Your Daddy All Day, the 60 of Bossy Gio ahead of him. And you guys talk about, how the 60 likes to stay out. Last week, TNT at Richmond, he stayed out the entire time and won the race on fuel mileage. So we know that it can be done from that truck. The 98 and the 18 merge in that line, but they are still right there next to each other. So if and when everybody comes down pit road, they should cycle out as the leader, and they are right next to each other.
18 in the wall here as they go 3 wide at the line. I think I'm painting a clearer picture here. It looks like we're going to have a 2-car group, then the 3 of Crotum, the 98, and Boss. Let's see if they can team up and get back to the front, Larkin.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm keeping my eye on Boss right now. He just got passed by Crotum and Dowdy, so he's still out there. So Just wondering what his strategy is. Also, what happened
He
to
hasn't pitted yet. Wow.
yeah. Also, what happened to the 26, the 3, the 74? 74 is in front of Crotum and Dowdy.
Yeah, we're going to have to continue to try to figure out who the leaders are. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to jump up here into the other spot, see if we can't figure out who the leader is at the end of this race. The 74 of Own Cornet being scored as the leader right now. I believe that truck has probably stayed out on the racetrack. Not quite sure if he pitted or not, boys. Profit
Well, he could have taken 2. He could have taken none. I mean, there's a couple different, because he's been up there in the front anyways, so he could be on some tire strategy. But if there's, I don't know how many laps are left, but if there's more than a couple laps left, it's not going to work out for him because they're right on his bumper.
The 74 leads the 18 and the 98. This could be the pass for the lead. The 18 still behind the 74 for now, but he knows he's got to get around that car so he can try to get away from Dowdy as much as he possibly can. Profit. The 18 going to go low. The 74 stays high. The 74 going to get a big run, but the 18 just stays there. Good move by the 18. He is going to be the new leader.
98 has to check up here and lost a run, had to go to the inside. He's going to try to dive bomb the corner. He's not going to get very far. The 18 already pulling him, going off. He's going to try to squeeze in front. As he does, takes over second place. That's a good move late in the race. You want to be in that second or maybe third. I mean, I like being in first and holding that top side lurking late in the race. What kind of line are you running here? You just got to stay on the top, right?
Well, I mean, right now we saw what happened when Dowdy was in front of Crotum. Crotum kept driving that dive bomb, and Dowdy kept crossing him over every single time. Now we see, did Crotum learn? Is he going to wait to see if Dowdy will dive bomb him and try and cross him over? Or is Dowdy just going to stay low and Crotum try that crossover and not work out for him and get past either way? We'll see what happens. This is going to be very interesting. Again, one of the few rivalries we've actually had here in ARCS.
And an awesome rivalry indeed. The 18, the leader, the 98, definitely trying to figure out a way to get around them. They're going to be coming up on some lap traffic there just a little bit. That could definitely change things should that driver decide that he's gonna stay where he needs to be. And honestly, Lurkin, I'm kind of one of those guys. If I'm fighting to be the lucky dog, or if I'm fighting to stay on that lead lap, then definitely it's one of those things where I'm gonna try to run my line. And so that could make things really interesting towards the end of this race if lap traffic gets involved.
Yeah, I think we all have a little bit of a Ryan Newman in us when we're getting lapped. Nobody really wants to get lapped, so we'll see if that's going to affect it. As we see the 98 getting the wall there, trying to make a move on Crotum. It looks like he's going to lose a bit of speed there, Profit. Do you think, is there going to be enough time for him to get back up there and try and make a move?
I hope so. It seems like it here as they do come up on that lap traffic that you were talking about. Just a few laps to go, DP. That 98's trying to make the perfect lines. I know seems like he's running really hard, and there is a bit of a crease there that I think he just hit in turn 2. If you hit that crease, your car will get really loose. 74 car here as the lapped car stays high. He concedes the high line, probably the right thing to do. Hope he does the same thing to the rest of the guys. Lurkin, I don't know. I'm thinking if you're the 98 car, I think that's where I want to be here.
Yeah, yep, as he gives him the spot as well. Yeah, second is not a bad place to be if we're talking about a track where the high line's a fast line. That means you're pretty close to that wall. It wouldn't take much to just put him in the wall and take the win. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, if you're gonna bump and run, you kind of have to side bump and run. If you hit him in the tailgate, that probably is gonna send both of you into the wall. So it just depends on how bad does the 98 want it. I'm sure he might be the faster truck because he has no problem keeping up with Crotum. But unless he's willing to do the same type of aggressive moves that we saw Crotum do, maybe Crotum's in the driver's seat here.
The 18 and the 98, the 74 being towed along. He might be on a little bit less fresh tires, but they might have evened out a little bit. The 74 lost ground big time, Lurkin, but since then, he's kind of stayed with these leaders, and so now the 18 able to get around. I'm sorry, the 18 stays around the 98. Is that the end of the race there?
That was the finish. That was a great block there by Crotum at the end. He saw that coming down low, and he stayed down there, and then he let him come back up, or he pushed way back up off the track, and got the run off the outside. What a great race! 74 was there at the end. He stayed in their draft.
The 18, the one going to be doing burnouts tonight. We are going to have interviews with the top three really, really soon. We're going to take just a quick break. Stay tuned for your top three. We are back live. The Prophet has our third place finisher, Own Cornette.
I do. What's up, Cornette? Congratulations on your third place finish. They asked me how I felt about your truck earlier. I thought you had a pretty good truck. Did you have to make too many changes to it throughout the night?
No, not really. Just up on the tape a little bit. That's about it.
Nice. We didn't expect pit road to be open there late in the race. How many laps were you guys short? Did you guys do anything different than the rest of the field to kind of get that space in front of them?
It was about 11 laps short, I'm going to say, give or take. And then I just short pitted a little bit. I pitted about 2 laps before the leaders did. So that's what got me up there in front of them and being able to keep up and battle with them.
So do you think there's anything different you would have done there? And you finished third. It's admirable. It's a great finish. You saw the leader there. Is there anything you would have done differently looking back at it to maybe mix it up a little more?
I probably should have stayed on the high side. I should have known he was going to block Dowdy there. And I should have stayed high and see if I couldn't got the run around both of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be up in the front for many races to come. Congratulations on your third place finish here, and I think DP has our second place finisher.
Dowdy 201, you finished second, buddy. You got a copy? Oh. Dowdy 201, you finished second, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had a good race. That was really intense to try to keep that truck where you needed it to be. It wasn't your typical stay on the high side. We could tell that, especially those drivers up front, you guys were using your brains trying to get around each other and try to make it work.
Yeah, number one, Daddy don't have a brain sometimes, but yeah, we had a good truck all night. Had to make a couple of changes, but we had a good truck all night. We win 2 playoff points, but we'll see our points at some points and see how it goes for the rest of the season.
When you guys came off pit road, you and the 18 were bumper to bumper, and you guys didn't really lose a bunch of ground on each other. But towards the end of that race, it looked like the 98 started to pick up a little bit of steam, and then you guys got into each other, and one of you was into the grass a little bit. We almost called it like it was the last lap. Tell us what you could have done differently maybe to get around that 18 at the end of the race.
Probably just send it in a little bit more. I thought I was not gonna have enough momentum going in that last corner, but probably just sending it in a little bit more. Probably could have got the win. But we'll get ready for Darlington next week.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck to the rest of your season. Definitely a contender will be Dowdy 201. But for now, the best contender, it's Crotom. Lurkin' Tom, you have our winner.
Well, MLS here still
Crotom, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, that was an awesome move by you at the end of the race. I loved your block down low, get into the turn, and then ride it out up high. Great race. You had a fast car. This is a huge win. This is a huge win in the playoffs, holding off Dowdy and Cornette. Great move. Tell me about your race in your car.
It was kind of up and down, I would say. I mean, I was up front the whole race, but, I had a few incidents where I got back in the middle of the pack where all the grittiness was taking place and people were really being aggressive. I ended up getting back to the front. I mean, it's just all about track position here because I don't know if y'all seen, but them sliders are easier said than done, especially when you got somebody on the high side that you're sliding that knows what they're doing. They'll just back it down and just go right under you, and you have to back it down and try to block them going doing that. But I mean, overall, I was up front. Daddy was up front. We all kind of stayed together. And that block there at the end, I was kind of nervous. I didn't even see the 74 behind Dowdy, and then I realized, so I jumped up to the top side just in case he went there. And then from there on, I rode it down to the finish line, got first.
It was a great move to hold off for the win there, I thought. Because otherwise, just like you said, you have to deal with a slide job in a crossover situation, and you never really know how that's going to turn out. So you avoided that. Came away with the win. Fast truck, tough competition. Congratulations.
Thank you.
DP?
Well, fellas, it's been another incredible race here for these ARCS truck drivers. They never disappoint. Lurkin' Tom Gaming, final thoughts.
Final thoughts? I just can't wait to see the next one. Cannot wait to see these guys on the track again. Racing for the playoff points, race for the championship, race for bragging rights. Profit?
Yeah, it was a good points day, especially for Crotom. He's locked into the next round. Glickson was up there all day. I think he finished well with Dowdy. J-Mad did good. I think Nick was off the pace and boiled ice. So we're going to have a little bit of a separated field. Some guys going to need to do a lot more of these next couple of races to get to the next round, DP. And that's really what it's about, is taking home the championship.
Incredible racing indeed. Cannot wait for it next week. But until then, Thursday night, Rick James TV 1. That's twitch.tv/Rick James TV 1. Thursday Night Thunder will be live from Road America. You do not want to miss that. You can catch Xfinity action Friday night on this channel, ARCS Racing Networks, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Of course, Sunday night, A Squared Racing will be from Kansas. You do not want to miss this. If you thought those slide jobs were good, there is so many more to come. It's Kansas week. But for now, I am Deplorable Me. They are The Prophet and Lurkin' Tom Gaming. This has been ARCS Trucks from Kansas. I hope everybody has a